Hello everybody and welcome back to the Dark Red Gaming Club. So in today's video, I want to bring a new series that I like to call the TDR discussion, which if you want to know what it is, it's simply just going to be me just talking about everything I just want to talk about, like say for example like a franchise, how I feel about it, what I think it could improve, or rank some stuff here, just then and there, just the basic like discussion videos that if you're interested in it, then you can just see if my like point of view like aligns with yours, and if not, then at least you can understand that there's some people out there with different opinions and all that jazz. It's just simply a new style of video that I'm gonna be doing for this month. It'll be gonna be the prototype for this type of content, and next year will be where I will see if I should continue it or I should not, because next year, after the spectacular failure that were so many attempts in this year, 2026 will only include for my content Sonic Project 06 and Sonic Project 06 and Friday Night Funkin'. That is pretty much it. But for today's video, for the TDR discussion videos, we are ranking every Star Wars film that has ever been released, from series to movies. Now, I want to make it pretty clear, I am not in a good position with Star Wars at this point. I lost all faith in the franchise. I don't care about any release that has been happening recently. And just basically, I'm just dead with this franchise. I don't care about it. The only thing I do care about is the stuff that I do love, but anything else, I just don't care. I have no interest in it. The franchise is pretty much dead to me. I don't care about it anymore. It's just like, it's just so bad already. It's just like, I don't know how they can bring it back with the people that are handling Star Wars, aka Disney. But anyway, so today's video we're gonna be ranking all the movies and the shows that have been released from George Lucas to Disney Star Wars. So without further ado, let us begin with the first one, A New Hope. Do I need to really say anything about this movie? It was the first Star Wars movie ever made. It was very impactful. It was the most important movie back when it first released. This movie changed everything. Like, A New Hope changed everything about like movies as a whole. It was such like a big movie that everyone loved it. Well, I mean, obviously there's gonna be some people who don't love this movie, but this movie was awesome, man. Like, to this very day, you can still watch it. I mean, it has aged really bad, but I mean, because the visuals are old, like very, very, very old. But you cannot deny this movie made an impact so big, it changed everything in the movie theaters and everything. Like, this movie was just awesome, man. And to this day, I still think the story, the characters, and overall the plot is just still very good. It's as simple as just good guys versus bad guys. The small farm boy becomes the hero, and he meets a lot of friends and everything, and like, boom, great movie. We also have great villains like Darth Vader and the Empire and everything. And it's just everything you want to see in a blockbuster, something you don't see nowadays. So obviously this movie, from my experience, I was never too high on this movie, but I do have so much respect for it because it was the first movie that started it all, and it was overall the most impactful one. So obviously for me, I'm giving it the straight A, not the S, because I'm serving that for the best, which coming up next is The Empire Strikes Back. This movie is still the most iconic Star Wars movie, period. I mean, you can mention many of these other Star Wars stuff, but none of you can ever forget what Empire Strikes Back has ever done. Like, I am your father line, and like the training with Yoda and Dagobah, the battle on Hoth, the romantic scenes with Leia and Han, Luke fighting Vader, like, and Master Yoda, and his iconic quotes about the Force. Bro, this movie's iconic. Like, this shit is iconic as hell. Like, you cannot say one bad thing about this movie, like, at all. Like, if there's one thing you could say, is the aging. This movie has, just like A New Hope, has aged, but that is all you can ever bring with like one bad thing about this movie, and that's it. So the easiest S tier you'll ever see. Then we have Return of the Jedi, which I to this day think that I like it, but I also find it the most boring one out of the original trilogy. It's a great ending to this trilogy, obviously, but for my like views on this movie, I just think that the first half is good, the second half is boring, and the third act is peak. But that's just mixed for me. I like this movie, but it's just kind of boring to me. I like how Luke redeems Vader. I like Palpatine's temptation to turn Luke to the dark side. I like the moments in the story, like Han and Leia's relationship alongside with Luke as well. It was such a great ending to all these characters, and overall I think it's also A tier. It's below A New Hope, but I mean, what can you say? I just thought this movie was boring, and the first half for me is just not my thing, to be honest. And then the prequels. Unlike the original trilogy, I'm a sucker for the prequels. Those were the ones that I started with. Well, I did technically started with the original trilogy, but the prequels are the ones that I watched the most, and the ones that I just still to this day hold dear in my heart, because these are some of like the best Star Wars stuff I ever seen. The tragedy of Anakin Skywalker, the fall of the Republic to the Empire, Palpatine's rise to power, bro. All of this was awesome, but I obviously cannot deny that these movies went through a really rocky time when they were released. So let's start with The Phantom Menace, which to this day I still think out of the whole trilogy, this one has definitely been like decently received, at least nowadays. Back then it was not very liked, but that goes the same for every single this prequel era. I do think this movie suffers from a lot of issues. The pacing is really bad. I think Jar Jar Binks is a little bit annoying. The acting is a little bit over the place. The dialogue is not good as well, in my opinion. And so this movie is a sore thumb, but I don't hate it because I love some of the aspects of it, like Qui-Gon Jinn, the Duel of Fates, even the theme. Oh my god, that song, Duel of Fates, is such a great song, man. Like, I'm glad they used it in Revenge of the Sith as well, bro, because it's just such a great song. It fits Star Wars so perfectly. Well, a lot of these songs from Star Wars fit really good, but still. So Phantom Menace gets a C tier in my opinion, simply because while it still suffers from so many issues, it's still a good movie when you don't really think about it too much, or when you can tolerate the bad stuff in this movie. But the same thing cannot be said for Attack of the Clones. I just don't like this movie that much. From the prequel era, this is literally, in my opinion, if I was ranking the movies from, if we ignore the obvious sequels and everything, from the prequels and the original trilogy, Attack of the Clones is easily the worst Star Wars movie by a mile. What does it suffer from? While the plot, in my opinion, is really good on paper, execution-wise, oh god, where do I start? I mean, the movie, first of all, has a pacing issue. Again, just like the first one, the dialogue is even worse. Like, seriously, have you guys seen how Anakin and Padme speak in this movie? My god, I'm not sure if George Lucas was trying to be Shakespeare, but man, did this dialogue not work. And there's just so many problems with this movie as well, and the CGI has not aged well with this movie. And it goes the same for Phantom Menace, but Phantom Menace at least has some good qualities compared to this movie. I'm sorry, this is the easiest D tier I'm giving to Attack of the Clones. I'm just so sorry. I just cannot. I just don't like this movie that much. But Revenge of the Sith, easily, in my opinion, one of my favorite Star Wars films ever. just like ever. All the problems these movies had, this movie in some parts fix it, but not like, say, the dialogue. The dialogue in this movie still suffers from some of the stuff that these two movies had, but overall, this movie is just everything I love about Star Wars. Period. Everything. From the Jedis, from the Sith, from the fights, from everything, bro. I love everything about this movie. Like, every aspect of it. Is it perfect? Hell no. This movie suffers from a lot of issues, like I said. But from my childhood, from every single day of my life, when I ever think of Star Wars, Revenge of the Sith is always the one that's always stuck in my head, because it is just the most iconic movie I've ever seen, man. So the easiest S tier, and for my bias, I'm putting it back more to Empire Strikes Back. Yep, you'll not beat me on this. You cannot fight me on this. This will stay like this for the rest of my life. Oh yeah, the Clone Wars movie, D tier, bad. I generally don't know what George Lucas was thinking when he decided, oh yeah, let's make this into a movie where the plot is a mess, Ahsoka's annoying, and just everything is just so slow and not fun. The set pieces are good though, I'll give that, but man, it's just that this movie suffered from so like billions of issues of worse than Attack of the Clones. It is genuinely that bad. It's like, if I could put it in you know what? Let's put it in E. It's worse than Attack of the Clones. It's straight up. Alright, time for the sequels. My least favorite, like, trilogy ever. I just hope we never get something like this ever again, but who am I kidding? With people like Kathleen Kennedy in control of Star Wars, like, that's always gonna happen. But let's start with The Force Awakens. Let me start with this thing, but when this movie came out, this movie was so anticipated. This was the first return to Star Wars after so many years, after Revenge of the Sith, when Disney finally bought Lucasfilm, and they started on this new movie with new characters and bringing back old characters like Luke, Han, and Leia, and bringing what I do still think it's a good movie. Does it suffer from some issues? Yes. Like, for example, it is a direct copy from A New Hope. Like, you can straight up see that the both of them are almost the same. I think Kylo Ren was handled perfectly in this movie. Rey, there's a lot of things to say about Rey in the other movies, but I think she was handled with at least some good qualities from this movie. I do think Rey is fine. Finn, I'd still say to this day, Finn was wasted. I still think Finn had so much potential in this movie, and they wasted it in the other two, and that's so sad, because his idea of a stormtrooper that goes against the First Order is such, like, oh my god, just great ideas, but the other two just ruined it. So it's without saying, I do think this movie is really good. Is it the best thing ever? Nope. It suffers from a lot of issues, but overall, it's a good movie. Rogue One. Haven't watched it. That's my problem. But I have seen clips of it, and I heard that people say it's really good. So this is the thing. There's some stuff here I haven't even watched. Like, for example, Visions 2, whatever the hell this thing is. I haven't watched Skeleton's Crew. I haven't watched Andor. And I haven't watched Tales of the Underworld, but I have heard for what people have said, and for what I heard, this movie, I'll give it the A tier, above Return of the Jedi. But I saw some clips. I will straight up say I did see some clips, even the Darth Vader scene, and man, was that something out of a horror movie. That was something out of a horror movie, and that was fantastic. Last Jedi. Oh boy, where do I start? Where do I start with The Last Jedi? It is, to this day, the most impactful movie, but in a negative way. Unlike A New Hope, which impacted everything in cinema, this movie made such a big division on Star Wars fans that this has been almost been trying to be repeated so many times. I'll strap say it. I hate this movie. Do I think that there's some good qualities in this movie? Very little. It has some good qualities, but it's still not a good movie in my opinion. Luke was wasted. Leia did whatever the hell her scene was. Kylo Ren just keep turning to the dark side just because he says so. Rey showing some signs of female girl power, whatever the hell that is. Finn was wasted. Poe barely was in this movie. Let's just be honest. It's just overall, I just don't like this movie. What I will say is that visually, this movie is still some of the best visuals I ever seen. All these other like films and everything, they don't come close to this. Last Jedi has some of the best CGI and everything I ever seen in a Star Wars film, like ever. So that's what me saying that I'm putting it in E tier, but above Attack of the Clones, not Attack of the Clones, above the Clone Wars movie. And I'm serious, I do think this is worse. Star Wars Rebels. I have seen some few episodes then and there. Didn't really stay so much in my head. The only scenes that I ever watched was when Ezra and his crew went to that one temple where there were some Jedis and their lightsaber looked like exactly like the one from Kylo Ren, and they fought Vader. Ahsoka fought Vader. It was a great battle, I'll say that much. But the rest of the seasons I did not watch, but I'll give it a B because from what I heard, people do like this series. I do like it as well. Not my favorite thing of all time, but it's actually good. I would recommend you all to watch it. Oh yeah, Solo. My bad. Sorry. Solo. I legitimately cannot tell you if I like this movie or not because let's be honest, this movie's so forgettable. Like, you all should know that this movie just came out at a time where this happens, first of all. And this movie just was a spectacular failure, in my opinion. Box office was not good. Critics, I mean, there were some people who actually liked this movie, but for me, I'll straight up give it a D tier. I'm sorry, I just cannot think of why I don't like this movie that much. It's just that it's boring, first of all. It's confusing. It's just overall just so forgettable. What the hell is this show? I'll put this in E, to be honest. Again, this movie's worse. Rise of Skywalker. Oh boy, where do I even start with this bullshit? Oh my goodness, where do I start with this crap? This movie is awful. So bad. There is nothing in this movie that has any redeeming qualities. I would have said this CGI, but I already gave a pass to Last Jedi for that. But this movie does not have that. Palpatine returns. I'm the spy, the MacGuffin, race of Palpatine, and I'm on the Jedi, Rey Skywalker, all that garbage. No. To hell with this movie. This movie's terrible. It's literally one of the worst movies I ever seen from Star Wars. Because even when I saw it for the first time on theaters, I normally go to the theaters to watch all these films and think, oh yeah, I will love them. This was one of the many experiences where I watched the movie and I thought it wasn't that good. And I had that similar experience when I watched the Emoji Movie, by the way. Like, that movie was really bad. The first time I saw it, I just didn't like it. So yeah, I just cannot defend this movie. Like, nothing about this movie like screams redeemable because there's nothing, really. But that cannot be said for the Clone Wars, the series. Literally, I cannot believe I'm about to say this, but this is the best Star Wars show ever made. Let me say this, the best show ever. This is literally everything I love about Star Wars. It's based on the prequels. It has great moments, great episodes. Just overall, just improved with time. It got better overall. The ending was so sad. It was so sad. It was just amazing to see how much this show evolved. There's just still some good episodes. I still go back to watch this show because it's just that good. Ahsoka was made better, and she became literally one of my favorite characters. Actually, my brother actually loves her character so much. Anakin is literally one of my favorite characters ever. I love the villains. There's nothing I can say. This show is peak 10 out of 10. Like, you cannot fight me on this. I still think it's a great show. Does it have flaws? Yes. Do I care? No. I said the F word. What is wrong with me? Visions. I haven't really. Like I said, I never watched the show, so I cannot say much about it. But for what I've seen, I'll put it C. I mean, there's nothing I can really say about it because I haven't watched it. I haven't heard what a lot of people said about it, so I can't really say a lot about it. I think I have said about it like 100 times already in this video. Anyway, Mandalorian. What can I say? S tier. S tier. Great show overall. Has Grogu, has the Mandalorian, has just great episode. Oh wait, season 3. Oh yeah. Let's put this below. You thought I was gonna give it an S tier when we forget that season 3 exists? Who the hell thought a season 3 for this character was a good idea? I genuinely want to know who thought season 3, like how they did it, was a good idea. I want to hear. I genuinely want to hear who smoked something to say, oh yeah, let's make season 3 and one episode with Jack Black. Get the hell out of here. Book of Boba Fett, bad. Literally bad. We have first to start with the fact that Boba Fett is now Boba Fett. Half of the episode has the Mandalorian instead, and just overall just boring, not fun, lowest production I ever seen. Just bad show overall. There's just nothing redeemable about it. And the same thing can go for Kenobi. Oh my god, Kenobi was the first sign for me that I knew something was very, very wrong with Star Wars at this point. When I saw Kenobi when it was announced, I was excited. I was so excited to see the rematch between Obi-Wan Kenobi and Darth Vader. I was so excited for this, and the next thing I got was just pure disappointment. So, okay, let me start by saying that what I did like. I did like Leia a little bit in this show. I did like how Obi-Wan was just a little bit of a coward with trauma still, because after all, he was the one who caused Anakin to turn to Vader and to put him in the suit. Let's just get that out of the way. But other than that, and the final fight as well. I think the final fight in the last episode was really good. But other than that, Reva sucks. The structure sucks. Obi-Wan just does so many stupid decisions in this show, and just overall it's almost $90 million that they used for this show. I don't know, man. It's just not good. Let me put it above here because at least it's better than this. I would still watch the last episode of this over any of this thing. Okay. Oh, Tales of the Jedi. I did really like this one. I'll put it in A tier. I really like the story of Ahsoka, how she was born, how they discovered that she was force sensitive, Dooku's backstory on how he was with Qui-Gon, then to showcase us that Mace Windu was an asshole, to then his turn to the dark side. Dude, this was just awesome. This was just awesome to see. It also has great music as well. And the episode where Dooku kills Yaddle, like the music is so somber and sad. It's so dark as well, because you know that this leads to him turning to the dark side, him fighting Anakin and Obi-Wan, starting the Clone Wars, and then him getting decapitated by Anakin. Like, bro, it's just sad to hear the song. And the episode with Ahsoka, like when she trains with the clones to do the dodge thing, what was it called? I can't remember, but it was when she was dodging all the blasters from one of the episodes of the Clone Wars from the final season, actually. She in this episode actually reveals how did she manage to do that, and it was because it was a training from Anakin, which I really love, just to showcase that just how much Anakin influenced Ahsoka to the point that he's the reason she survives Order 66. It's just awesome. And oh god, the Ahsoka show. I'll be honest, I did like it before. Now I'm mixed. Let's just put it in C. Where do I start? The show started kind of strong a bit until I see a lot of flaws. And Anakin coming back, well, awesome, because I wanted Hayden Christensen back. I said the name wrong. Whatever. When I saw Anakin back, I was just like, oh my god, let's go. I saw Anakin, my boy's back. And then I just realized that over time, that was the reason why they brought him back, for nostalgia. And that for me killed the show. And it didn't also help that it was based on Rebels as well, but the characters in here are just not the same. I'm sorry, they're just not the same. And Ahsoka's a little bit like insufferable in this. There's a lot of like the Night Sister stuff, which I don't like. That's one thing about Clone Wars that I actually didn't like that much. So this show also did not help. But hey, at least this show handles that much better than another show that I'm gonna talk later. So let's go on to the Bad Batch, which S tier. Okay, so it may be confusing. Why do I love the Bad Batch so much? It's because this is the first show that there's no Jedi, no like cameo characters except Palpatine and some other characters, and it's just like an adventure style with these clones and this little girl, and I love every single episode. It's funny, it's cute, it's action peak. Just overall, just a really fun show. I love it so much, you cannot change my mind about it. Tales of the Empire is a freaking disappointment. I was so excited about it, but I got baited. General Grievous, Darth Vader, just to give us just two characters I give no care for. I don't care. Just simply, this show was bad. This show was bad, and I'm glad it was that short. Okay, so I'm gonna skip one specifically here, simply because I want to talk about it later. So let's go to Skeleton Crew, which I did heard good things about it. I haven't watched it, but I heard good things about it. But it's just so sad that this show did not gain the audience because of one show. But I'll explain it later. Then we have Young Jedi, just another boring kids thing. Let me just put that in D tier. Andor, S tier. 2 seasons already, just so good. I haven't watched Andor, but for what I heard, people absolutely love this show. Let me just put this above. You know what? Let's just put up above Clone Wars. Andor is really good. Andor is really good. First season, really good. Second season, awesome. Just nothing wrong with this. Nothing wrong with this. I hope if they ever do season 3, I hope they can finish it with a bang and everything. Or if they did with a season 2, I did hope that they did end it with a bang. Again, I haven't watched it, and that the same can be said for Tales of the Underground, which I'll put it above Rebels. Actually, I haven't watched it. I do like the concept, based on Cat Bane and what was her name again? Oh my god, I forgot. What was it? Okay. I can't remember. If I get in my mind, I'll say the name. But let's move on to the behemoth disaster that is Star Wars Acolyte. If I could go for a 1-hour discussion on why this show is literally the worst show ever made, I would do it. But because this is already a 30-minute video, about to reach 40, I have to straight up say it. This show sucks in every single way. This is worse than Boba Fett, Rise of Skywalker, Last Jedi, Kenobi, And everything that is bad I already mentioned here, this show is a billion times worse. Where do I start? Low production, bad acting, bad story, bad pacing, overall, and just has horrendous messaging. Like, the one thing I can ever say about some of these movies that and shows that have done well is putting a message, not the political garbage, whatever the hell they were smoking with this one. But what I mean is by, for example, Return of the Jedi, one of its message is that you can redeem someone. It's never too late to turn back. What else we have? What else we have? Oh my god, it's the only one I know. God dang it. I mean, to be honest, that's the whole philosophy about, with the original trilogy and the prequels, is that it's never too late to turn back despite your actions. But man, this show, Acolyte, is so bad. Acolyte is so bad. I hate the actress who plays Osha and May. I hate Kymir. I hate it. I hate everything about this show. I hate it. And no, I don't care about that whole, like, oh, she's a female. Oh, just like all that garbage of political stuff. It's just a big waste of time. Let me just get this out of the way. All of this political message and everything is a waste of time for anybody. And this show does not help. One of the things I do say about movies is that they're all you are here for, like, why are you watching these movies? Is to escape reality. All you want is to see all these characters do cool stuff and everything, learn message along the way, experience the journey they all go. Acolyte is literally the opposite of what a movie is about when you go watch it. It's literally like, oh my god, its messaging is so bad. It's so bad. So let's just get this out of the way. This show is the F tier. If we get more shows that are just bad, this thing is going way more like to infinity, because it's just that bad of a show. There's nothing good about it. Nothing. And I used to think, oh, the character who plays Soul, who is from Squid Game, by the way, did at least a decent job, but I'm sorry? No. I mean, sure, it's not his fault that he just could not learn English on time before the production of this godforsaken show. But still, he could have chosen not to participate in this garbage. And believe me when I tell you, his reputation would have been much better. I do still think the reputation of this guy, I don't know his name. I'm very sorry for anyone who says, oh, you forgot his name, you don't know his name. I'm very sorry. I know he's just the guy from Squid Game. That's all I know. I love his acting in those shows, but this one, sorry, he is not good. No one here's good. Period. The director, I'll straight up say it. What were you smoking when you did this? First of all, it's so bad. I hope they never hire anybody who has this level of mentality ever again. It is just that bad. It killed Star Wars for me. This was the show that literally killed everything I loved about the franchise. Everything. It also breaks the lore of Star Wars. It breaks the lore from the Phantom Menace. Already just bad enough. Getting movies is in this show? Come on. And Dark Plagueis. I almost forgot about Dark Plagueis in this show. I want to put this show to the depths of garbage where it belongs for doing such a horrendous job with Dark Plagueis. That's one of my favorite sets of all time. And this show just wasted it. I'm sorry I'm so raging at this point. But you gotta understand why I hate this show so much. It screwed up everything. It had the potential. Maybe I could do a rewrite, how to do a good version of this show. But man, some of its concept, like the twins, the witches, and just everything about it sucks. The only good thing I can ever say about its concept is the murder mystery stuff, because that itself is such a cool idea, to find an assassin who kills Jedis or something like that, and not be a Sith. If it was not a Sid, that would have been a little bit better. I'll be honest to say that. It would have been much better if it was not a Sid. But whoop-de-doo! The people who work on Star Wars are a bunch of idiots. And that is my tier list of Star Wars. I'm very sorry for the last part where I was talking about Acolyte and I was just raging over that. It's just that I hated the show so much, I had to express how much I hated it. And first of all, if you did like the show, fine with me. Just don't force me to like it, because there's nothing about it that I love at all. Star Wars for me was very important for me. It was one of the many franchises I grew up with as a kid. With Pokemon, Sonic, and everything. Yes, I grew up with those, but Star Wars was the one that really was the one that stuck with me for so many years. Until Kenobi and the rest of the shows just ended up destroying my love for this franchise. I still watch Revenge of the Sith, I still watch the Clone Wars, I still watch the original trilogy, and I will still watch some shows that I have already said that were not that good. I will still watch them because I still love those old stuff. But anything new coming afterwards, I just don't care anymore. Because for me, Star Wars just lost all of its magic because the people who handle this franchise are just not good. They're just not good at it. And that hurts me, because if they actually did care about the fans, if they actually did care more about telling a story, to tell us a story about a good journey and everything with characters we would love and everything, something original, first of all, like K-pop Demon Hunters, if they do something like that, but with Star Wars, not that I mean copy and paste whatever the people are doing. No, I mean find something new, an original concept, just like they did with Finn. Try something new that is not the Acolyte. First of all, try something that fits what the fans love, and do it. And you can include references and cameos, but only as just that, a cameo that does not affect that affects nothing. It's just there for the fans to love, to just know that they care about you. That's all I want. That's all I want. What I want about Star Wars for it to return is a movie or show that has a good writing, good pacing, characters that I would love, and good dialogue, and cameos be kept to a minimum. Let's just start with that. And just overall, a movie that I just go and watch, and when the credits roll, I just say, wow, what a great show. Or movie, whatever the hell. So, yeah, this is basically it for my Star Wars, tier list discussion. And possibly the last one, because after all of this, I'm not sure what the people will think of me after this. So, if you did like this video, or not, you can just drop a like, and also dislike if you want. And comment down below, what is your favorite Star Wars film or show? And if you agree with me or not, or you can also comment down below. So with that being said, I hope you'll enjoy it. This is Dark Red here, signing off. Hope to see you all another day.